Hey y'all, welcome back to Chatting with Coach Amy. Today I have a Blooms buddy group. Do y'all have a name? Oh,
No.
we're gonna need a name. Okay. Y'all are the Cutie Pies. I don't know, something.
No.
We'll take that.
Yeah.
So Jessica, Shanna, Amy C, and Ashley. And Amy is Amy C because I'm Amy G and we have to differentiate. So there you go. That's what we're gonna have to do. So what I'm gonna get you girls to do, we're gonna go Jessica, Shanna, Amy C, Ashley when we're answering questions. But when we're in conversation, y'all just say whatever you want to say. Does that sound good? Okay, cool. I'm so excited. Okay, so to preface this a little bit, this could be a runaway train, but it's going to be so cool. It's going to be so good. So these three of them were already Bloom's buddies, and then they brought in another, and that's Ashley. And so I just thought it would be so cool to have them on. They all four attended my conference, which, yes, I know I haven't done the last podcast to talk about the conference, but it's going to be fine. It's all fine. Everything's fine. We'll talk about it eventually. But let's get started. Jessica, just share a little bit about yourself. Jessica's been on the podcast before. And so y'all can go back and hear her entire story, but she's going to give you a little bitty bio there.
So I have been back on THM since October of 2022. I joined Year in Buds with Coach Amy, and I thought Shanna joined Year in Buds with Coach Amy, but I didn't realize she was one-on-one. And so then we were looking for buddy groups, and she was like, "I'm fine." I'm like, "Me too." So I became friends with Shanna, and then Amy reached out and was like, "I live down the street," and I was like, "Oh my gosh!" And then there we go. I am born and raised in Georgia. I am 41 years old. I homeschool a 16-year-old boy. My husband is or was a pastor. We run a welding business, and I work part-time in optometry selling glasses. So,
oh, did you see my new ones?
I did. I'm very excited. I like the pink.
Do you like them? They're pink.
I know. I like the pink, of course.
I love it. I love it. All right, Shanna.
Hi, I am Shanna Fields. I am 34 years old and I am from Virginia. I think I am the only one, I know I'm the only one out of this group that is not from Georgia. I'm their Virginia friend. And as Jessica said, Virginia is in the South. So just so we know.
Oh, it's not.
I'm married. I Googled it just to make sure.
Care.
But I'm married to my high school sweetheart, Kevin, and together we have two boys, a 6-year-old and a 4-year-old, and they keep us crazy busy, but that's all good. I've actually been with Coach Amy off and on for a while. I started Trim Healthy Mama in 2020 after a horrible experience with keto, and I had started learning about THM and found Coach Amy. I don't know if it was through the Facebook page or a Google search once I found out there were coaches. So I did several months of one-on-one coaching with her. And then last December, I came back. I was ready. I joined Blooms, and that's where I met Jessica. Actually, Jessica, I saw your cute picture of you with your Yorkie. You were asking for a buddy, and I'm like, "Hi, I'll be glad to be your buddy." And it all started there. And then I have been a one-on-one client with Coach Amy since January of this year of 2023. And can't thank you enough, Coach Amy.
So I think it was, I need to go back and look, but I'm pretty sure you were 2020 one-on-one. So that was very much early days of my coaching.
Yes.
Bless it. It didn't, whenever she came back at the beginning of this year, she was like, "It's not the same." I'm like, "No, is it better?" She's like, "Yes."
Not the same, but still amazing. You've always been amazing. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. We can talk more about that in a little bit. Amy C.
That's right.
Hey, I'm Amy Collett. I am 45. I am a mother to two wonderful children. We've got a daughter, 19 years old, and a son who is 16. And my husband and I have been married for 22 years. And I believe I found Coach Amy through, I think, her grocery haul that made it on the main THM page.
Wow.
And then I started following her for about a year. And then after doing the yo-yo THM for many, many years, I finally got into Buds in January of 23 this year, and I haven't looked back. From there, I joined Blooms right away, and that's where I found these amazing ladies. And I connected with Jessica. She commented on one of my 8-app posts within the page. And I messaged her, and that's when we realized that, again, we kind of lived pretty close proximity to each other. We met up for lunch, and the rest is history, right?
I love it. That is so fun.
Yes, and then Ashley and I connected through my mom. They went to church together and realized doing THM as well. So that's been pretty awesome that we've been able to connect with her on her journey as well.
That's so sweet. I love it. Okay, Ashley, your turn.
Okay. I am Ashley Mize. I'm 39. I have 2 children, 3.5 and 7.5. I also work from home. I'm a banker. I found THM through a girl that actually used to be a customer at the bank. I'm friends with her on Facebook, and I noticed her and her husband had been losing weight, and I messaged her and I'm like, how are you doing it? Please tell me it wasn't a surgery. And she's THM, and then she introduced me to your page because she did your buds, and I think she did blooms for a little bit too. I kind of got lost in the books and everything because it's a lot.
Yes.
And this was in April, so I tried. I saw Debbie Mulkey, which is Amy's mother, comment on something THM related, and I'm like, do you do THM? Because I didn't know anybody, and I needed that. And she was like, yeah, I do. And then I got a random message from Amy, who I knew who she was, but I never met her. And she's like, do you want to meet up and I can swap stories with you? And so I met up with Debbie and Amy at Mexican, and she brought me a different book that I didn't have. It's a more condensed book that's easier.
Starter book?
Yes. I had bought the other
Great
books. And she brought samples of stuff for me to try.
Oh,
like
Amy C.
Yeah, and I still haven't tried the Slim Jim. I'm saving it for a rainy day.
That's right.
An emergency. It's an
Yeah.
emergency.
And she kind of pumped me back up, and she's like, we're going to the conference. You want to go with us? And I'm like, that would be weird because I mean I know Debbie from church, but I mean I never went on a trip with her. So I went with him anyways, and it changed my life.
Absolutely.
Oh, change your life. I don't know if I can handle this.
I have to keep muting because the feral children are
Oh, it's okay. That's fine. You can keep muting.
Thank you.
So y'all, I got a little notification today. And we're recording this on Tuesday, August 22nd. Is that correct? Yes. And tomorrow, August 23rd, my potty is going to drop, the Trim Healthy potty. I am like so nervous. I was not nervous going into that podcast. I was not nervous talking to them. I'm nervous now. And Pearl said, it's great. I just listened to it. And I'm like, I will listen to it. Can I wait? But I haven't asked her. Oh, gosh. So I'm a smidgen distracted right now. I'm not going to lie. Like my heart rate's up. I just want to not sound like an idiot on there. So it's going to be great. And I know y'all are like, yeah, that's how we feel. We're on your podcast. Well, a lot more people listen to Pearl and Serene's. Okay.
Today, maybe not.
I get like a, I think maybe 500 listens or anyway, it doesn't matter. But thank y'all so much for agreeing to be here. I just always want to nurture the community that is built in Southern and Healthy. It is one of my favorite things, as y'all know. Y'all know a lot of things that I say. You're like, well, we know. But I don't think that people quite realize the beauty that lies in having a community. And just like Ashley, you just said, I saw somebody that I knew their name and they do THM too. And like, it just really helps you so much. And, Shanna lives miles away from them. I live miles away from all of y'all, but we can still connect virtually. But there is something beautiful about having somebody that you can touch and talk to and bring things to. It is really, really a beautiful thing. So Shanna, how do you feel about that? Where you came into one-on-one with me, kind of fell off a little bit, came back, saw there could be buddies, and then all of this happened. How did that help you with your journey?
Oh my goodness, this helps so much, because before, when I did it, I mean, I had you, Coach Amy, and that's a blessing and that's wonderful. But like you say it all the time, you can't be everything to everybody. You can't always be there. And
Right.
so coming back in, and I'm like, wow, there's this community of us that are all together. And then to get a buddy that I literally talk to, and now buddies that I talk
Yeah.
to every day, multiple times a day. It's amazing because they're encouraging. They're there for everything, whether it's recipes or THM or exercise. We're accountability partners. Even I've been really busy with my kids, and I told Ashley, I thanked her. I hadn't been as there on Marco Polo because we've been running. My kids start school tomorrow, so they think we need to do something fun every day. Ashley texted me. She's like, "Hey, are you okay?" I'm like, "Thank you. Thank you
Oh,
so
that's
much." Because, and then Jessica said, "Well, I saw that you were still posting your food and it was on plan. So I knew you were okay." So thank you. But
Yeah.
it's amazing to have a group of friends that are there that you can do THM with. And also life. And like you said, we are miles apart, but yet having that constant communication and friendship with them, it's completely different. It changes your journey and it helps for the best.
There's a saying that I like, and it goes something like this: no one will support you more than a friend you met online. And I have found that, like, each of you have messaged me, and there are multitudes of you, and I get messages all, like, when I, like, going into the potty, like, so many messages that day. Like, I could literally get the goosebumps. So just like y'all support each other, y'all are still pouring into me. And that is something I did not expect to happen. Like, I just did not. There are days that I feel really depleted, and honestly, I think that is more spiritual warfare than anything, but because Satan wants me to feel alone. That's what he wants. Apparently, he always goes to that, but it's not true. And so I love that y'all have that relationship. So y'all use Marco Polo. Is there any other how else do y'all talk?
We text
Okay.
a lot.
Yes.
Wow.
Sometimes
So
we're
if you
texting
miss
on-
it, like if you have a minute where you are doing something else, you'll come back, you'll have 30 Marco Polos, and you're just like, somebody give me an
43.
update.
43.
Literally.
Oh my gosh, don't y'all ever put me in that group. Oh my
So
gosh.
sometimes if it's important, we text it. But other than that, we just Marco Polo while we're doing our life, like making my breakfast, washing my face, whatever happens. We Marco Polo.
Oh my gosh, that's so cool. So let's see, Jessica and Amy C, are y'all the ones coordinating the Georgia meetup?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So when will it be? Is it Labor Day weekend? Is it
No,
that
it's
Saturday?
this Saturday.
Oh, it's this Saturday. Oh, well, it will be before this airs. I'm sorry. Oh well, but they might do it again. So tell us how that's going to go, because I think this knowing how y'all did it might encourage some people to do one in their own area.
So we just posted it in the main group, and we were like, hey, after Nashville, we were like, oh my gosh, that was so much fun meeting everybody and connecting with everybody. Like when you go out to a restaurant, and Amy and I have had this conversation, like the first time we ever went out to lunch together, it was like, oh my God, like she's going to order like me, like
Oh,
she's going to be like, is that an S? Is that an E? Can we have that? Take that off. And so to be in a room full of women, that was just an amazing experience, that they all understand your journey and, your weight struggles and your food struggles and all those things. And it was just so awesome. So I was like, more people need to experience this, and I want to see those people again. So we're hoping that more and more of them will come. I think we're expecting about 10 to 12, maybe 15.
Awesome.
And it's 2 hours for Amy and I. So we're actually going to drive up Friday afternoon to meet Heather in Gainesville. She lives about 30 minutes north of us, and spend the night with her Thursday night or Friday night. And then we're all going to drive 2.5 hours to Columbus, Georgia to meet the rest of the ladies.
Wow. And y'all are meeting at a restaurant?
We're meeting at a place called Bill Joe Salad.
Bill Joe Salad?
Bill Joe
Sounds
Salad.
like a restaurant I would come up with.
And then we're going to go walk around the botanical gardens. It's going to be 102 degrees. So that was a great plan. But yeah, that's what we're going to do that day.
I'll just stay hydrated. Well, I will be sweating myself to death at the baseball field. That's where I'll be Saturday. Yep. I think when you told me that, I put it a Labor Day weekend in my brain. I apologize. So it's fine. It doesn't really matter, but we'll be at the ball field baseballing for fall ball in 100-degree heat. That's fine. It's all fine. It'll be great. And all 7 of us are going, y'all. I'm so excited. So talking about the conference, are y'all going to come to my conference next year? Yes.
Yes. We've already made arrangements. We're definitely going to be there. I think we all have it on our calendars, and we know we'll carpool now because we've made connections that we didn't make prior to your conference last time. So so that'll be great. We loved our time with our families, but we'll definitely enjoy more time together. And we've committed to signing up as soon as we can. So
it's coming soon, not like next week. So don't freak out, but.
We're looking forward to it. We wouldn't miss it. It was
Great.
such a blessing.
I'm so excited. And like, what's beautiful for my side is that I can always improve it and change it. And y'all will be like, it's great. Y'all are just going to love it no matter what. And I know that. And so that takes a lot of pressure off of me because of the sport that y'all have. Oh, I love it so much. So Amy C, you are like, I would say you're probably the mama of the group. I don't know. It just seems like you would be kind of like the but so how do you feel about that? Like I feel like you just knowing how you reached out to Ashley just willy-nilly and was like, hey, and then you brought her all the things. Have you done that with anybody else before?
No, I've reached out to other people, but I think she was the first one that was local outside of Jessica, and kudos to Jessica. She brought me things the first time we met up too. And is today committed to bringing me more things to try. So I think we all do a wonderful job of just loving on each other in different ways. And we virtually love on Shanna as well, you know, even though we can't share the things with her. But yeah, it's just been such a blessing. And I think we're all kind of at different points in our journey, but I think I'll speak for, you know, Shanna, Jessica, myself. I think we are a little bit more seasoned, and I think that's been beneficial for Ashley kind of coming in a little newer to THM, right? And she's jumped in feet first. She's ready to rock and roll, and she's done amazing. So we're super proud of her.
I love that. That's so sweet. So you little seasoned girls, what are y'all struggling with that y'all help each other through?
A darn scale, but Amy's our hype girl and Shanna's our hype girl. So like you get on and you're like, oh my gosh, this darn scale. And you're like, consistency? Coach Amy says, like we get a Coach Amy says at least once a day from somebody. Like if it's your day that you're like living your best life, and the other people are like, okay, I got you. I can pull you through. But at least once a week, one of us is having the darn scale moment, and the other one's like, I lost 2 pounds. And so they pull the rest of us up.
Oh, love that. Yes, that's so good. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. So Ashley coming in.
We just had that moment yesterday, Coach Amy, after I talked to you, and then Jessica was talking, and I'm like, wait a second. You know, actually, first it's Amy. I told Amy she could be paid to be a motivational speaker. She's amazing. And so beautiful with her wording. So thank you, Amy. And then I come in and I'm like, wait a second, y'all. Coach Amy, I just talked to her about this. Coach Amy says, just keep going. If you're doing all the things, keep going. So, and then today we were pleasantly surprised. I think Jessica had a better day. I had a better day. I'm like, look, we just needed that pep talk. That's all we needed.
Yep, little perspective shift. That's right. So Ashley, you and I had a little sweet moment the final hours of the conference. And I feel like for you, that was a turning point. And then these 3 swooped in and just put you in their nest. So do you want to share a little bit of that? Can you?
Yeah. Until one of them runs in here, we'll see.
It's fine. And hey, and if they do, it's fine. I don't even care if they scream. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, no, I've done many diets throughout my life, and finding THM was exciting for me because it was something that I actually feel like I could do that's sustainable. I don't have to sit there and count calories all the time. And for something, to say I don't eat sugar or processed foods, I was like, oh gosh, I can't do that. But you really can.
Yes, you can.
You're eating a different version of it. And it just, I don't know what it was, but when we were at the conference, it just really clicked to me that I can do this. I am worth doing this. This is just for me. I needed something just for me. And I feel like THM is it. And then to have these ladies, you know, come behind me and just like swoop in and help me when I'm having struggles and feeling like I just can't do it, or just even like life issues, you know. I mean, they come in and they're like, you know, what about this and this, and you know, think about this. And one of Jessica's little sayings, and I get it wrong every time, is like, don't buy your worries for tomorrow's refund, or what? Don't refund tomorrow's work.
What is it? Tell us the truth. What is it?
I said, don't borrow tomorrow's troubles today. She gets it wrong every time.
I get it wrong every time.
Don't borrow tomorrow's troubles today. Don't worry about tomorrow. Just worry about today. That's pretty much what you're saying.
It. We can't, but we're not gonna worry about tomorrow. We're gonna worry about today.
We're not
right now. That's right.
So
it's okay. We cannot hear your child.
We can't hear him.
Oh, you can't?
No.
Right here.
Zoom is a wonderful filtering service.
Oh, very nice. Okay,
fine. Keep going. I did hear that a little bit.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. You know, I say, okay, come here. I say, you know, I finally found something I can do for myself, and then I'm on this call, and the kids are like, ah!
Well, it's okay. That's what happens.
Yeah. I'm losing my train of thought.
It's okay. We'll go to something else. If you want to chime in later, that's okay. So that's fine. Don't worry about it at all. Wes Gaskin has my 2 boys in the field with probably 20 other little boys having baseball practice. And I said, if one of them slams my front door, which is like right here across the wall, I'm going to tear them all up. So anyway, he knows. And the girls have the dogs and everything is fine. So girls, let's talk a little bit about your entry in buds. And Shanna, I don't think you ever did buds, if I'm not mistaken.
I did not.
That's okay. So I just want to talk about that a little bit, because people are always so hesitant to come into buds, especially from a more advanced, or so they think, level. So Jessica, you want to go first?
I can. So you mean like what do you want to know? What do you want to know?
I want you to tell them, you know, like I came into buds maybe expecting this.
Oh, okay.
And I got this, or not expecting this and got this, maybe.
So I had done THM back 2019. So I kind of thought I knew what I was doing. But my major expectation coming into buds is Coach Amy made it look easy. So I was like, I need to know how to make it look easy. And the thing that I think I took away from buds the most is, well, a couple things. First of all, you get in what you put out. Like I do not miss a live. I have read all the buds education material. Like I found a buddy. Like I've done the things that it takes. It's not just going to be like, oh, here we go. You have to work hard to do it. But things that like I'll see people post in the main THM group, and I'm like, no, that's not like, and it just like, and I tell them all the time, like, you need a coach, get you a coach, because it just, you're like, it's like running on a wheel at 100 miles an hour, to where somebody could be pushing you. And, you know, I'm a princess. So I felt somebody's going to make it easier for me. I am there for it. So, and that's, I think what I took away mostly from buds is like, it's all right here. You just have to reach out and get it. I don't have to go find it over here and find it over there and pull it over here. Everything I need to do this is right here in front of me, and with the buds. That's what I took away from it.
Wow. Thank you. I've never heard it put that way. Does my heart good, honey. I love it. I love it. Amy C.
So I was one of those THMs that, because I had been doing it for so long, but just yo-yoing, I didn't think I needed buds. I wanted to jump straight into blooms when I looked you up and looked about everything. And I'm like, well, darn, why do I have to do this? But I am so glad I did. But let me back up a little bit and say, for me, I had to get my headspace right, my mind right. I had to fully commit, because that was the reason why I had done the up and down so many times. So that mental, like, okay, you've got to do this for the right reasons. You've got to commit to this. You've got to do all the things. And that's what I loved most about buds, was the structure. I knew exactly when this was going to happen. I knew when this was going to happen. I feel like I committed to it. I did all the things. I checked all the boxes. I completed that buds education, I think, right off the bat.
Probably first.
Well, and it was like, if I'm going to maximize these 6 weeks, I need to know everything up front, right? Never have I written goals before I wrote goals. I committed, I did everything. I was surprised about how much content there was going to be in there for me as a seasoned THMer, right? All the tools that I was going to take away from coaching that was going to help me be successful in this journey so that I can be consistent, keep it simple, and be disciplined. And that's what I finally learned, was how to put a bow on all of that. I never felt like I could do multiple things well because something was going to suffer. And it usually came back to either being, fitness or my diet or whatever. But I feel like I'm finally at a point where I can do all the things and I can do them pretty well most days and nothing suffers, not even myself, right? Self-care is right in there with that. So like I said, I was stoked when you opened up the Blooms free trial, and I was like, sign me up day one. And then again, going into Blooms, it was like, oh my goodness, even more content, more information. And I didn't know the community that was going to be waiting for me in Blooms. My buds group wasn't super active. But when I got to Blooms, it was like,
which one were you? Were you winter?
I was winter. Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that was a sleepy little group.
It was, but you were amazing, and you gave us everything we needed, right, to thrive, and definitely very beneficial. So super glad that I've got this community now, not only with these ladies, but there's so many other relationships that we formed through the lives too, that have been great. So it's fun seeing everybody's smiling faces every Sunday night.
That's so sweet. Before I go on to Ashley, Ashley, I will tell you that they're answering this question. When you came into Buds, what did you get out of it that you didn't expect to? And what were your expectations? Did you get more or less? Was it like, oh my gosh, wow, that kind of thing? So Amy C, Shanna, y'all can all answer this, I guess. But the fact that right now there's about 230 ladies in Blooms, does that bother you?
No.
No, not at all.
I talked to a lady today that can join Blooms, and she said that really bothered her. And I'm like, for what? I don't quite understand that. And I told her, I said, well, you can do it free for a week, but I would make it a week that you have time. And I think you're going to love it, And so we'll see what happens. But I was just going to ask that. And y'all could have said, yes, I don't like that at all, but I get over it. Like, I didn't know what y'all were going to say. Yeah, I love it.
I think because you make these little pockets of groups within the group. And even though there's 230, like I could probably name you off 20 people right now that I have formed some type of connection with.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, just different folks interacting in Mighty Networks on our food posts every day, right? I mean, cheering you on, what is this? What is that? I mean, Sweet Carol, right? There's different folks that interact all the time. So while I've never met her in my life, like, she's Sweet Carol. I love her, and there's many others, not to just single her out, but she's a big cheerleader in that group. So you connect. Aw, you connect with so many people.
Let me pull it. It says, strong women don't wilt, they bloom. Isn't that cute?
Oh, that's cute.
You sent me that for my birthday.
That's so cute.
Thank y'all for answering that. That's awesome. So, about Buds.
So with Buds, I was in, I guess, the spring or the summer. It started in, I guess it was Memorial Day weekend. I didn't do very well with Buds because I didn't know anybody in there, and it was such a busy time for us that I did not take advantage of it. Literally, I didn't participate. But I have now gone back, now that I know more, and I've made myself a huge notebook because, I mean, the amount of stuff that's in there is insane. It's wonderful. And then the same for Blooms. I'm like, oh wait, I'm gonna have to go to Blooms and print all this stuff. I mean, I printed a lot, but I'm still glad that I have the access to it because I've been going back to it.
Yes.
Because if you if you would just, if I would have just devoted the time that I should have over the summer, I would have even started probably the conference out better than I was. But that was all on me.
Right. So how much time did y'all spend when I'm sorry to single you out, Shanna, because she hadn't done Bud. Sorry. But
Oh no, it's okay.
so like when you were doing Bud,
She freezing
on y'all.
Yeah. Oh, Jamie.
I thought Shanna was froze.
You're back. Okay.
am I here? Okay, good.
Yeah.
So what I was saying was when you were doing Buds, what time blocking or whatever did you put into participating in Buds each day?
I had alarms set. I still have alarms set for every
My
activity.
sister's girl.
So that I can do all the things. And in my phone, there's a 10-minute reminder before the task. So I can have my picture ready. I can, just be ready to post. And now that we've done Atomic Habits, I have some habit stacking that happens after 9 o'clock. So I can just go from doing this to that. So that's been great. So I just structured everything out. I mean, I don't feel like it was a significant amount of time and effort for me because I knew it was coming and I was ready. I had my NSV ready. I had my goals ready. I had, my picture ready. So it wasn't the mental, headspace that I had to really, I got to do this. I was always just ready for it. Yeah. And I think that really helped and just the discipline behind it.
Yeah. Jessica?
I think for me, like I probably would say I devoted like an hour a day, like as my wind down time when I would normally have went and scrolled on Facebook or TikTok or Instagram. I'm like, no, I'm going to get in Buds and I'm going to get my head around this. And so instead of doing that, because I love you, Coach Amy, but offline by 9, Ashley's the only one that can do it. We gave her mad props, but the rest of us are like, nope.
Okay.
Tomorrow.
It's a challenge for a reason. And if you don't want to take it, you don't have to. You're a grown woman.
we appreciate the fact that it would probably benefit all of us. We've had that conversation. But usually like that 9 to 10 window is when I would sit there and go through Bud's education or Bloom's education. And that's where like now I post my food at 9 o'clock. I know 9 o'clock came, I post my food, and now I have my really cool habit tracker that they all think I'm crazy for. And I do my habit tracker.
I love it. Did you get one off Amazon or did you make your own?
No, I downloaded it into my iPad and it has all these pages and it's like,
wow.
It's a lot.
Yeah. It's fancy.
It's very fancy.
No thanks. Love it. Shanna and Ashley, how do y'all devote your time in Blooms? Do y'all do that specifically or is it just willy-nilly? Or, Jessica said something happened in Blooms. Let me go look.
I had my
all of the above.
Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
Go ahead, Ashley.
I had my notifications set to show. Just go ahead, Shanna.
We can't hear him.
I can't focus. Whenever it says, at 9 o'clock to do your accountability, that helps me. And it also helps me when you sent it for like the lives and stuff.
Yeah,
because it does help, you can get busy and I am not as smart as Amy C to just set an alarm. I guess I should just do that. But I will say, I feel like people that are going into Buds, if they have the ability, I recommend not doing it on your phone. I feel like even Mighty Networks in general, because I, for the first time, decided to like look it up on my computer last week, and I'm like, there's all this stuff. I mean, it's insane. But if you're on your phone, or it can be kind of overwhelming. But if you're on the computer, it's so much better. So that is like my one takeaway I would recommend to people.
Do you use Mighty Networks on your iPad, Jessica? Yeah. Mm-hmm. I can navigate it just fine, but I've been looking at it for 2 years. So, Yeah, it's good. Shanna?
I kind of do all of the above. Of course, if somebody says something, I have to go look at it, but I still have to put my boys to bed, especially my 4-year-old. He still likes me to rock him for a little bit, and most of the time,
just keep
that's
rocking
around.
him, okay?
I know, that's what I said. He's my baby, so I'm gonna do it as long as he will let me.
Yeah.
But while I'm rocking him, most of the time, that is when I will take the time. I try to pull it up, go see if there's anything I missed. Lots of times it'll be right around 9 o'clock, so I can go in and, do our food for the day and all of that. And then I have been trying to go back in and just reread because I know the plan, I know it, but you just have so much information in there that is phenomenal from, like food list and things, your grocery shopping list. I was looking at that the other day. So I've been going back through the last couple of weeks, and I'll go in and read and just learning new stuff. Every time I click on something, I can learn something new from you that you have put in there. So thank you for that. I also agree that being on your laptop would be amazing. These ladies have made binders. I have my pretty purple binder that I bought after Jessica sent me. She's like, oh, you can even go in and print all this stuff to go in your binder. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to make a binder. And I have the binder, but I haven't printed everything off because usually I'm on my phone. And I'm like, oh, there's the button that says print. If I was on my laptop, I would print it all out. So again, my kids start school tomorrow, so I'm hoping to be able to get caught up on some of this and actually make my binder, ladies. Actually get that made, because it would be very helpful to have it.
Yes.
We're gonna do you like we did Amy with her cottage cheese.
Yep, I did it.
Yes,
You did it.
Keep reminding me.
Tell us the cottage cheese story. I don't know this.
So normally, like on Mondays, we will say like, this is what I need help with this week, guys. Like, I want you to hold me accountable to blah. And so Amy was like, I bought cottage cheese. So every day we're like, do you eat cottage cheese? Do you eat cottage cheese? And she did. She finally did. Like, I think it was Friday.
I did.
But she ate her cottage cheese.
She made it.
So
How did you fix it?
I did the cottage berry whip. It was my first time and it was good, but I'm a texture person, and I used like a blueberry, strawberry, raspberry mix, and it was kind of seedy. So I need to try it again with just the blueberries. So, I ate it. It was good. The taste was good. The texture was a little hard for me, but I'm a grown woman and I can do hard things.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, but I'll definitely eat it again. So I'm not as scared as I was, but
I like it with just strawberries.
Yes. I had bought cottage cheese before, but then I just let it spoil in my fridge. So I was like, ladies, I bought cottage cheese. Y'all have to make sure I eat this week. So, and they did. I had like 13 Marco Polos every day. Like, did you eat your cottage cheese? Did you eat your cottage cheese? So,
and she did.
I did.
It. I love it. That's so sweet. So, would y'all recommend a buddy group to people?
Yes.
So. Yes. I would say it is necessary. I'm hearing a lot of, you put into things, you get out of things what you put into it. And I've said before, even like with the Rely in Bible study, I told them, I was like, just because you bought this and you're nestled in here doesn't mean you're going to heal from the bondage of emotional eating. And just because you click in money for buds or you sign up for balloons or whatever, or you follow me on Facebook, if you don't want to pay for coaching, that's fine too. That don't mean you're going to change. You have to apply what you're reading, what you're learning. You have to put time and effort into it. And y'all have definitely done that your own way. It's all been different. Y'all all had different stories. And I think that's what's so cool about y'all's group. Amy C's kids are practically grown. Ashley's got little ones. Shanna's got little ones. You got a teenager, Jessica. And, but y'all still so many commonalities. And I just think that is just the neatest thing. That's so neat.
Yeah. I think
sometimes they'll ask like advice about their littles, and Amy and I are like, I think I remember. It's been a minute, but try this.
That's when me and Shanna go on our separate Marco Polo.
And we troubleshoot.
Yeah.
That's so funny. I love it. Amy C, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say kind of how the group kind of just happened kind of organically too. I think Jessica and Shanna initially knew each other, and then Jessica and I knew each other. And then as we were Marco Poloing, I knew of Shanna and I knew about her. And then when we finally got to, and I'll say Jessica knew about Ashley. And then when we finally made it to Nashville and we were all four able to meet each other, I think it was an instant connection because I felt like I knew Shanna already. And so then as soon as kudos to Ashley, because I think she's the one, when we got back, I think she's the one who actually created the group Marco Polo for the four of us. Yes. So
I thought they were all talking about me in their own So I'm like, I'll just add myself so I can make sure I'm covered.
Protect yourself.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh
And
my
it started
gosh.
out a lot of THM stuff, but as we've said, it's just turned into,
Yeah.
friendship things, we share all aspects of our life.
Look, I'll have legit one-on-one calls, and they just start asking me stuff, and I start talking, and I'm like, oh my gosh, we gotta talk about you, or we're talking about family. It happens all the time with one-on-one. It's terrible.
The weirdest thing that we've determined is we're all married to the same type of man. Like for
Literally.
us to all be so very different, our husbands all check the same exact boxes, those poor men.
Yes.
And in case you ever meet them, this is free.
Oh yeah.
You don't pay anything for blooms.
My husband was like, why are you trying to get off? Like, what's with your phone? I said, it's over here. I'm not getting on it. And I said, it's a free year of blooms. He goes, what's free?
Yeah.
He said, are you paying for your friends? I was like, no. I was like, my coaching thing. So yeah, this is free.
Translation, most of us are married to cheap introverts.
Yes.
Except
Yes.
Jessica's husband. He's not quite so tight.
Yeah. It's not as frugalous. It's hard to be tight and be married to me.
I was about to say he had to learn, because this girl right here, how many pair of shoes did you bring in Nashville?
Like 9.
Oh my gosh. And I was staying much longer than all of y'all, and I think I had 4 pair.
Well, once you become friends with those 3 ladies, you spend a lot more money, because every day Amy C's like, did I show you this that I bought the other day? You will want this tomorrow. And then of course, I'm like, well, shut up and take my money. I'm going to do it. And then Jessica pops on, well, did you see this? You should buy this too.
It becomes the QVC shopping hour. That's what we say. Like, I'm like, this is your QVC product of the day.
Y'all are so
yeah.
funny. That's hilarious. I love
We
it.
all do our nails together now.
We all do
it
our
started
nails
as True
together.
Healthy Mama, and now we all do our nails together.
What kind are they? What are they?
So they're Olive and June. So shout out
Olive
to
and June.
Pam. She had shared with us at the THM Cafe that that's what she uses and that it holds up really well. And so I think I bit first and bought the manicure kit, and then these ladies followed behind us. And I'll say, I think that was the first, well, maybe the second time Jessica got in trouble, but the first time these ladies got in trouble on your live was I had painted my nails and I was subtly showing them off to them, and they got a little tickled. And they couldn't remain composed.
Yes, one day I'm gonna take all y'all's videos away.
Well, we thought she was going to show us her toes, and we were afraid she was going to flip out of the chair, and we were mentally seeing it, and we were just like,
We're all laughing.
couldn't stop laughing.
Oh my gosh. Oh,
And
man.
then Amy laughed at us that we got in trouble by you, Coach Amy, and called us all
She
amateurs
started it.
because she kept herself
And
composed.
she's
I'm a pro. I'm on video all day with work.
Yeah.
I can do this.
I love it. I love it.
I don't get in trouble. I don't get caught.
I
will
always
be
get
watching you
caught.
closer now. That is too funny. So let's do a rapid fire question, okay? Y'all ready? Ashley, you'll be the most prepared because you're last. So Jessica, Shanna, Amy, Sue, Ashley, favorite cookbook?
THT.
Mine is THC.
Yeah. Oh,
I like the quick start because it has all my favorite recipes in a spiral binder.
yep. Ashley,
Ashley.
what's your favorite cookbook?
Sorry. I own all of them, and I like all of them. I literally, and I own all of the
above.
bloggers, all the bloggers. I have all theirs. Like, I guess I probably shouldn't say their names.
Oh, you can. It doesn't matter.
But I would say my favorite is, it's the one with the niece on the cover.
Rashida, Trim
Yes.
Healthy Future.
Yes, that one I've found more that I've liked out of it so far.
Good, good, good. I had lunch with her by myself. Did you know that? I did. We're friends. I feel very fancy. Very good. Okay, Jessica, what's your favorite fruit?
I'm going to go mango.
Oh, yes, my girl, Shanna.
Oh gosh, that's a good one, Jessica. I used to not like mango, Coach Amy, until you, and now I love mango. Mango or strawberries? I like
Yeah.
both.
Amy doesn't like fruit.
Yeah, so I've matured. I've turned into a grown woman. We've talked about this. I wasn't a fruit or veggie eater prior to THM, but now I eat regularly apples, strawberries, and blueberries. So I'm proud of myself because, again, the texture is weird. So I can do hard
Oh.
things.
Well, I'm proud of you. Ashley, favorite fruit?
I would say strawberries.
Okay. All right. So, mango was something I had never really had until maybe a few years ago. So it's progress. It's all progress. I love a good apple though, for sure. I have berries every day. Y'all know that. Okay, Jessica, what is your favorite grocery store?
I love all the grocery stores.
I know you do.
I
What
go
is
to
your
all
favorite?
the grocery stores. Currently, I would say I probably shop the most at Costco,
Oh,
which my husband hates because
I
it's like
bet.
$200 every time you go in there.
That's it. I kind of double that, man. I got a
There's
whole
only
lot more
3 of
people
us.
in the house. I got a lot more people up in here. Shanna?
Goodness, we don't have anything good around here. I get jealous of all of their options of places to go. So mine would just have to be Kroger because that's our nicest. Because Ashley
Mercy.
told me I couldn't shop at the Walmarts for my meat because we won't go there. But so I'd say Kroger.
I miss our Kroger so much. Makes me sad. It's all right. We have an Aldi now. It's okay. We're fine. Amy,
It's
I'm like
amazing.
Jessica.
Our Aldi is probably 40 minutes away. So can't do
wow.
Aldi. Yeah, it's a long ways away. I wish we
The
had
next-
Publix. I love Publix, but
Yeah. The next closest Aldi, I think, is 2.5, 3 hours from here. Isn't that crazy?
wow.
Yeah. Amy C.
Unlike Jessica, I hate grocery shopping. So I am a Kroger pickup girl. So order it on my app, pick it up, come home. So that's my jive.
I love it. Do
And
y'all know what
talk to me
Ashley's
while
favorite
she's
grocery
waiting.
store? What'd you say?
She talks to me while she's waiting for them to bring her groceries out.
Perfect. I love it. So I order my groceries from the Walmart, and one of my friends, her little girl, she just turned 6, if I'm not mistaken. She loves to watch my grocery hauls, as I know many of y'all do too. And she said, Miss Amy, why have you not done a video? I'm like, baby, I've been so busy. I haven't gone into the grocery store to buy groceries. And she said, well, how do you eat your food? And I said, well, they get delivered. And she goes, you can video that. You're right, little girl. You're right. So I will try to do my best on that. Ashley, what's your favorite grocery store? You can't hear me. No.
Oh, there's a
Okay.
meltdown.
Yeah.
Okay.
She likes
Okay.
Publix.
Publix is your favorite
She's
grocery
always at
store?
Publix.
Yeah, she said. I love it. That's awesome. Way to work together, girls. Way to work together.
Yes.
What is one of the most, well, let me go back here. What have you learned from me that has been the most helpful?
Keep it simple.
Mm.
And just eat the food.
Mm. Yeah. Doesn't have to be a big
Jessica. Yep.
experience.
Yeah, I mean, I
Good.
agree.
And Coach Amy, go ahead, Amy.
Oh, I was just going to echo the same thing, right? I think for me, it's been the discipline. That's my biggest takeaway because I think that was my biggest struggle. And I think I can stay disciplined because you've taught us how to keep it simple, right? I don't have to get overwhelmed by any of the things. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Shanna?
And then mine is we can do hard things. We can. And also not to focus on the scale. How are your clothes fitting? How are you feeling? All of that, because that is truly, that's truly what matters. And if it weren't for you and these ladies, I would not have been back 100% on plan. Today's 51 days, 100%
51.
on plan. So excited. Thank you all.
So proud. When Coach Amy dares you, you do it.
You do it. That's right.
Ashley?
I would have to say putting myself first from the conference, because if I'm not healthy, I can't take care of the others, and I do matter, and I never really felt like that before. So
Yeah. I had 350 people sign up for that little self-care challenge I did last week, and 99 people submitted that they did it every day. That's incredible. That was a lot to do. It was a lot. I didn't even do it because I was so sick with bronchitis. I couldn't do the intentional movement every day. I wanted to bad. Such is life. Such is life. Jessica, if you could tell be or a veteran, just a trim healthy mama, a word of advice, what would it be?
I would say not to get in your own head. Like, just you don't have to do all the things. You just have to be better than the you of yesterday. Like,
Yeah.
It's a journey. It's not a race.
That's right. That's so good. Shanna?
Don't give up. Just keep going. And we hear you say at Coach Amy, one meal at a time. And I've actually told a family member that recently that's been trying Trim Healthy Mama. And she's like, I can't cook all of these meals. I'm like, you don't have to do all the ingredients in all of the meals. Just put a meal together, decide what you want it to be, have your meat, have your veggie, but don't give up, keep going, make it simple. It really is easy, as like Jessica said, if you don't get in your own head.
Amy C?
Progress over perfection. That's something I struggled with myself personally. So I was kind of that all or nothing girl. And if I wasn't doing it every meal for the day, you know, then I just would go off plan and lies I tell myself, right, ladies? I would definitely come up with excuses and I'd believe them. So get your head right, progress over perfection, and find you an amazing group of, you know, women that will support you and carry you through the hard times.
Yeah, that's so good.
Mm.
Ashley?
I would say stay on plan, and if you do go off plan, get right back on it 3 hours later. You just have to get right back on. Don't sit like, even if it's like lunch or dinner, like the next one, I got it, you know? And
Yep.
that is the biggest
That's so
thing.
good. That's so good. I love that. I love that. Well, it's time to go. That was amazing. Y'all did so good. Thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
I'm so happy.
We didn't
Thank
overwhelm
you.
You didn't. I only coughed one time.
Okay, good.
I'm very proud of myself.
You
No,
did
not
good.
y'all did not overwhelm me at all. I prayed the blood of Jesus over my congestion over here.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you played the blood of Jesus over our craziness as well.
That's what I said.
Well, I probably threw that in. Might have.
It was necessary. It was
Y'all
necessary.
behaved. I'm proud of y'all. Y'all did a good job. Y'all did good. Thank y'all so much. I love each of you so, so much. And I can't wait to hug your necks again next July. Y'all want to tell them bye?
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.